Born in Germany, Bente Fülscher has had a very interesting life, especially for someone who is only 21. Deciding to skip the traditional path and move to Venice for a job after she finished high school, we find her returning to Italy, now to the capital, 2 years later as an Erasmus student. Erasmus is often seen as a synonym of partying, fun, but also of a deep language barrier that dissuades many who attempt a semester abroad from ever working outside their country ever again. We accompany, however, the proof that this truth does not apply to everyone.
Take one.
Are you ready?
Hi.
Was this a course you thought your life would take?
Not exactly in that way. I knew that I was going to go abroad for a while because I already knew that I enjoyed it from when I did an exchange year in Ireland. I didn't know I was going to go do Erasmus and the working part as well. I just didn't really expect what I was going to do.
So why did you choose to work in Italy instead of in your home country?
It was more why I chose to work, because after graduation I didn't know what to do and I knew that I wanted to travel, but traveling is actually really expensive. So I decided to look for working spaces, and I found this organization who sends people like all into the world and sent me to Venice, and yeah, that's where I worked then.
Was it the pandemic forcing you home that made you think of pursuing higher studies, or was that always your life plan?
I always knew that I was going to do anything at university at some point. I didn't think it was going to be this quick, so it was definitely the pandemic that forced me to go to university because I didn't have anything else to do.
It is pretty unusual to do a full year of Erasmus in your second year of studies. Why did you choose to do this?
My experience in high school in Ireland, I realized that 1 year is the perfect amount of going to a place when you really want to experience it. For me, half a year is the time where you get used to the place. And then after half a year, you actually start getting used to the environment and you already kind of found your place, and I feel like that time is more valuable. In my second year, it's basically just because it was the first time it was allowed. After COVID, I was just like, okay, I have to go out.
Was it on purpose that you returned to Italy? Was it a first choice, or was it the only place available?
No, it was not my choice, actually. It was actually quite funny because I wanted to go to Sweden. When I had the interview with the coordinator, she said, "Oh, you speak Italian?" I was like, not really much. And then she was like, okay, but you should apply for Italy because it's the best place where you can get the chance to go to.
And do you regret coming to Rome, or do you like it?
I like it, actually. I didn't expect that, but yeah, I really like it.
Do you think you had different first experiences when coming to work in Italy or now as a student?
Definitely. I mean, just because of the work environment, I feel like working didn't get you under the people that much. I had my co-workers, and then after work I had like my roommate, and that was it. And over here you have like all the different students, and it's like a network of different internationalities, and so it's more international as well. And it was also very different because in Venice I was not living really in the city. I was living on the countryside, 20 minutes from the city. So it was like my neighbors were chickens, and over here we're like, you know, in the capital of the country, so it's completely different.
Thank you. Should we take a break?
Yeah.
That went well. I like that.
È morto nuovamente. Mi hai detto niente questa vero? No. Sì, prego.
Is the language barrier still a main part of your daily life?
Yeah, I definitely say it is. I mean, I do speak Italian a bit. It's just not good enough to have like the best conversations. So I guess there's like still situations where I go like into a supermarket where I do not understand what's going on.
How do you cope with not fully understanding the people that surround you?
I think you just have to realize that it's gonna be awkward. There's gonna be awkward pauses and you're gonna have to repeat yourself a lot, but that is okay because you're learning the language and it takes time.
Was there ever a doubt in your mind, perhaps related to this language barrier, that made you hesitant to return to Italy?
I wouldn't say there was a doubt that I was not going to go to Italy, because I definitely wanted to improve the language, because I wanted to challenge myself like that. I was a bit scared about exams and about classes, but it was never as much as that I was going to say I'm not going to Italy.
What do you reckon is the funniest occurrence that happened due to a language barrier here in Italy?
There was this one time where I wanted to go to a museum with a friend, and we actually ended up at a games convention because we bought the wrong tickets, and we didn't realize until we were like in there and we were like waiting in the line and people were like talking to us, trying to explain in English, but they didn't speak much English. And we ended up at this Minecraft laboratory and we thought it was cool until we realized that all the other people in there were like 5-year-old little kids. So I'd say that was definitely a bit awkward.
This park is an important part of our Erasmus, or at least for me it is, as it symbolizes all our hangouts and parties. For you, what do you think this location truly means?
I think I can agree that it's like a very important park to a lot of Erasmus students. The first time that we ever met other Erasmus students was actually in that bar over there. So we kind of got to know other people that were experiencing the same things. And then as time went on, we started meeting up here because it was like the one public space where we could go. And it was, I don't know, we went here to make music, or when the music festival was on, we went there like at least once a week. So I guess it was just like really a meetup point which was accessible to many students.
Scene 5, take 1. Starting off with a tough question. If you were to choose one, would you choose the working or the studying in Italy?
It's a bit hard to say because I'm obviously still in the studying experience, and it could, I hope not, but it could turn really bad. I would say the studying experience because it's just so much more connected to other people and like you get so much more into the environment of the country, whereas like with the working, you know, I had my co-workers and that was it, and it was a bit lonely up in the countryside. It's just different.
And what do you think was the most difficult part of your Erasmus experience?
The paperwork.
The bureaucracy.
Yeah, it's just so complicated to get through the system. There's so much paperwork and just understanding how the website works, and you don't understand, and like all the students who want to help you are also people who just don't understand it because it's just very complicated.
It's very bureaucratic. Yeah, I'd also say the paperwork, and also, you know, this is a very small thing. The lack of toasters and microwaves. It's difficult. I didn't realize how used to a microwave and a toaster I was until I came here, and I was like, oh, houses don't really have a toaster or a microwave.
Yeah. Also, what's going to be difficult is getting your stuff in the suitcase and getting it back.
Most definitely.
It's going to be
making it fit. To end on a positive note and with a really tough question, what would you say was your favorite memory and favorite experience in your Erasmus?
It's not my one favorite memory, but it's like one memory where I was like, oh, I'm doing Erasmus. I was at a birthday party and we had to leave the birthday party a bit early, and me and my friend, because we were going to take a bus to the south where we were going to spend the weekend, and it was like in the middle of the night, and we took a scooter and we got a bit lost, and we ended up at this hill, and we had like a view over like the city, and it was really cool in the light, and there was maybe like 5 cars like in the entire time that we were like standing there, and we stopped the scooter, we took it to the side, and we just were in front of this very beautiful fountain, and then we started dancing. That was a really nice memory.
Honestly, if I were to answer, I would also say the constant dancing.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know, maybe it's the Erasmus blood.
Maybe. It's just the constant dancing.
Yeah.
I think that's everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you.